Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? Hope everyone having a fantastic day, a fantastic start of the bye week, which we are 6-0. The Eagles are 6-0. Eagles are undefeated, and you guys need to relax this week. Definitely get prepared after this week. We have a little bit to talk about, some topics to discuss, some updates for the Philadelphia Eagles, some other things as well. So let's get straight into the news.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So obviously I want to talk about a few things that have been on my mind since the win of this game against the Cowboys on Sunday night. The few things I definitely want to go over. Number one, I kind of want to talk about within the NFC East, as the NFC East is becoming that strong division now, besides the Commanders, obviously, with Carson Wentz just not panning out, not only going into that Bears game with an injury, but then obviously coming out with that broken hand now, which it looks like Carson Wentz is going to be out a good amount of time. Maybe better for the franchise not to have Carson Wentz play. But excluding that team, I think one team we have to look out for is the New York Giants, okay? The Giants are playing tough. Now, Wink Martindale obviously was a former defensive coordinator for the Ravens for a long time, and it seems like the Ravens kind of miss him right now because that defense did not look good. The Giants are finding ways to win. Saquon Barkley is starting to get banged up a little bit, and I kind of feel like he's been the bull going out with this offense. The whole offense is working out so much, but I think that defense is definitely carrying out the offense a little bit. The offense is doing just enough, okay, that complements the defense in a lot of ways, okay? They're just finding ways to win, guys. They're a scrappy team. They're tough. I mean, we had the Giants at the bottom. Every time a team comes from the bottom of the NFC East, they just sort of kind of want to sneak their way up to the top, and the Giants are 5-1 right now. Look at the division. Look at the conference in the NFC right now. The Bucks lost against the Steelers. You had the Jets cream, okay, the Green Bay Packers, and that definitely helps the Eagles in a lot of ways for that first seed. But the Giants, the Eagles still have to really face them 2 times, maybe even 1 time, because I know we faced the Giants at the end of the year, but we still don't face the Giants for a while on our schedule. So depending on where this division is going and where we're kind of leading it here, it's going to be interesting. Between the Giants, the Eagles, and the Cowboys, seems like this division is the strongest in the conference as of right now. Maybe this isn't the NFC least anymore. Okay, and that's a good thing. I like the NFC East being competitive again, and I think that's what's going to be more exciting going to years and years of this division. And the Giants, like I've said, I paid respect where respect is due with that franchise going into this season with the Giants. A really, really good coaching staff with Mike Kafka as the OC, quarterback friendly, Brian DeBall really leading the charge, great GM. Wink Martindale was a defensive coordinator I wanted going into this year, and a very aggressive defense. Doesn't do what Gannon does in the second half of games. We'll definitely say that. Jalen Smith, that was an ex-Cowboy, went to the Packers. Now with the Giants, is becoming a really good linebacker for them and a nice centerpiece to build around for them, which is a really cool thing. But the Giants are scrappy, man. The Giants are playing tough right now, and this might be a harder game than we think. It's just crazy because, Kadarius Toney wasn't playing. Kenny Galladay's barely playing. Slayton's really the only one that's really playing. It's just kind of crazy how many pieces they don't have offensively, but they're making it work with really good coaching and scheme. And that defense is just hard-nosed, aggressive, scrappy, tough. I mean, I gotta give props to the Giants for how they're playing right now. I mean, we beat the Cowboys Sunday night. All the talk, they are out of the way right now, and the Giants are kind of next on our list that we at least have to beat them 1 time. I don't think that last game against the Giants is really going to count because I think the Eagles might clinch the division. I'm hoping, depending if the Giants can get a couple more losses, the Eagles keep winning and don't shoot themselves in the foot in some games coming up, because I think it's a very winnable schedule, not only for the Giants, not only for the Cowboys, not only for the Eagles. All these teams, these 3 teams especially, have pretty easy schedules coming up. So it is what it is. I think with the Cowboys, they still have to face the Vikings. The Giants, I think, still have to face the Vikings as well. I didn't really look at the Giants schedule too much, but as I remember, it was a pretty, I mean, as how they're playing right now, it's a winnable schedule for them too. So that's the news on the New York Giants. I think that's a team you're definitely looking out for. I had Washington being that sneaky team this year because I figured Carson was in a better offense with the weapons that he has with Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin and great McKissick at running back. I mean, I thought all around, I think Wentz would have benefited from that offense, but it just seems like that's not happening, and the Giants are 5-1, and I if they become 6-1 next week, I mean, they haven't done that since 2016. It's been 2016, I think, is the last time they had 6 wins like that. So should be really interesting to see where this goes, but definitely a team to look out for is the New York Giants, and this NFC is wide open as of right now. The Eagles control their own destiny, so we'll kind of say that. Next, I want to talk about the Saints pick. I've been updating you guys on the Saints every couple of weeks. I'll update you guys on the Saints pick. We have their first round pick for next year in the draft. So they are 2-4 right now. They lost against the Bengals, which I was shocked that happened. The Bengals are in so much of a Super Bowl hangover right now. I mean, it just seems like nothing is working for them. But they were able to beat the Saints. 26 to, was it 30-26? So the Saints lose that game, and this pick now is the 6th overall pick in the draft as of right now. So they have the Cardinals Thursday night in Arizona. DeAndre Hopkins comes back this week. And it looks like they signed Robbie Anderson. I thought I saw news that Robbie Anderson got traded, or, I don't know if he got traded or he got released, but I saw that Robbie Anderson signed with Arizona. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, that's good for them. That's just more firepower for them. Obviously, the Panthers are just falling apart as of right now. They're cleaning house, and I think Robbie Anderson has shown that he is trying to get off that team, and it looks like he went to Arizona. So the more firepower, the better, and the Saints could lose Thursday night, which would be good. We might actually stream that game Thursday night because I'm actually kind of want to see what's been going on with the Saints, and since we're on a bye week, why not take advantage of the time? So the 6th overall pick as of right now, and still a very tough schedule going down the ropes with the Saints schedule. It's still a tough schedule. So 6th overall pick, sorry. 6th overall pick is where we're at right now with that Saints pick. They have to keep losing, and I hope that they do. Next, I want to go over Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. That's been 3 picks in 2 games. I mean, absolutely amazing. And I think we found a weakness, guys, because when Chauncey's not on the field, we saw how bad the safety spot is. Marcus Epps is just not enough. Kevon Wallace is all talk, no play. Kevon Wallace should not be the 3rd safety. Okay, should not be the 3rd safety, role play safety, whatever you want to call him at this point. He just sucks. Okay, guy can't take angles on tackles. The guy is just horrible. And you got to give somebody else a chance at this safety spot going into next year or something, or sign a depth guy by the trade deadline or something. It would really help us because Chauncey hurt his hand. He was out a couple plays, and Kevon Wallace is just horrible. I just can't have him on the field. So not only is special teams a big weakness right now, which we gave up that big one to Turpin that went to the Eagles' 40-yard line, that kick return before halftime. But now you have to deal with, God forbid, someone deals with injuries. And so far with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, he said his hand is fine. He'll be fine going to the bye week. Thank God, we really need this bye week. Offensive line is banged up. Nobody's at 100% in our offensive line. Everybody's banged up. Okay. And now Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And, obviously Slay was dealing with injuries. There was a lot of guys dealing with injuries. We needed this bye week this badly. And I think with the safety spot, they have to give someone else a chance. Or they have to sign a depth piece, and they have to maybe release Kevon Wallace, put him on practice squad or something, because I cannot rely on Kevon Wallace if we have injuries. I just can't. And he's that bad. So definitely something to look out for in the coming weeks to see what's going on at the safety spot. And I think we kind of found out just from this game that, yeah, you definitely miss a beat when Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is not on the field. This was a guy that was traded very late, okay, getting acclimated to the defense, and we were kind of waiting. We just needed more patience with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and it seems like he's getting better every single week. I mean, 2 picks in this game, a pick in the Cardinals game. I mean, all over the field, all over the ball, which I really do like, and has been working out for us really well. So the depth at safety is definitely still concerning, so we're just going to have to see. And lastly, I want to talk about James Bradberry. I'm sorry, guys, but James Bradberry is just, how can you not re-sign him? I mean, look, Slay's on contract for another year throughout the 2023 season next year. But look, there are different options the Eagles can go into next year. They can re-sign Bradberry, and they can draft one of the top corners this year if they, going into next year, if they really want to have that corner kind of play behind Bradberry and Slay and Avonte Maddox, and kind of let this guy get groomed a little bit. I understand you don't want to redshirt a first-round pick, his first year, and I understand it's kind of a waste in some aspects, but God, we don't know what they're doing with the contracts of Slay after next year, and then Bradberry's a free agent. So depending if Bradberry really wants to stay here or he's going to go after this money, I mean, he's relatively young. I mean, Bradberry has just been all over. I mean, I didn't know. Look, he came from the Giants last year, gave up over 800 yards receiving yards. He played horrible, hasn't been a Pro Bowler since 2020, but I think right now that he has to be somewhat of a Pro Bowler this year. He's a top 5 corner. Him and Slay are top 5 corners. Definitely the best duo cornerback-wise in the NFL right now. And I totally put my stamp on that. Just amazing. And I didn't think he would play this well. I really didn't think. I thought he was great. I thought he'd be a great number 2, but I didn't think he'd be shut down. I mean, literally, he is shut down. Okay. Really, there hasn't been a game where he's given up maybe 40 yards to a receiver. I mean, that's how crazy it is. Okay, so this is going to be a really tough decision going to the future with James Bradberry. And does he really want to go to another team after this year? Does he have to prioritize? Does he want more money to go to a crap team, or does he want to kind of meet in the middle with the Eagles on a nice price and, have him come back for 2 more years or something like that? I'm not saying he has to have a 4-year deal, but for another 2 years or something, like 2 or 3 year deal would be perfect for him. And then Slay, is here for 1 more year. So thank God you have big play Slay. It's going to be tough shoes to fill when you don't have these cornerbacks anymore. So that's going to be a whole nother situation on top of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson on a 1-year deal. Your quarterback isn't signed yet. TJ Edwards and Kaiser White going in the last years of their deals. Marcus Epps going into the last year of his deal. There's a lot of free agents coming off of this team, going off the last years of their deals this year. So there's going to be a lot of tough decisions to make going into the offseason next year, and Bradberry has just been a standout. And thank you, Giants, for all you have given. Thank you for not paying him, and thank you for just letting him go and let the Eagles take him. And we took care of him very well. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Eagles are on the bye. A lot to talk about this week. We have the trade deadline. Could a move happen this week? We're going to talk about some of the options going into all of that, probably tomorrow. So definitely check out the video tomorrow or the next day. I don't know when I'm going to make it, but probably the next day or something like that. So let me know what you guys think about the Saints pick, number 6 overall. How many games do you think they're going to lose? Bradberry really needs an extension. I'm on board with giving Bradberry an extension so bad right now. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, with him not playing, this safety spot is horrible. It is bad with depth. Kevon Wallace is garbage. I'm sorry, but has got to go. Let me know what you guys think about that safety, the depth that safety behind Marcus Epps and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I will see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.